Guys, thank you so much. Okay, let's. See, when can YouTube is there's no sound. It was my fault. It was not Omar's. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate seeing familiar faces, seeing new faces as well. Come in, guys. Welcome, welcome. There's coffee on this side, by the way. Um, as every single Wednesday, we meet right here. My name is Daniel Garza. For anyone that I have not met yet, hello. Thank you for coming. Good morning. I am a program specialist with the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, specifically the Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center. I know it's a long name, so we should just call it the ECC for the friends, which is all of you guys. Um, and what we do here, and if you have not here in the building, welcome to eBridge. This is our little project that we have, where it's an amazing project that we have with our amazing partners from BCIC, Brownsville Community Corporation, Brownsville. Wow, don't look at me like that. Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, my bad. BCIC for the friends. And you're gonna see our teams all over, so if at the end of the session you guys have any questions, you would like to talk to us, we're more than happy to do that. Without further ado, if it's your first time here at 1 Million Cups, you might be asking yourself, what are we doing? What's this? What's going on? So, again, welcome. This is a very simple concept. Every single week I invite two entrepreneurs, one or two, depending, sometimes three, and to the basics of it is they talk about us. They talk about their story, they talk about their journey, they tell us a little bit what they're doing. Sometimes, a veces nos traen problemas o cosas o situaciones en las que están pasando para nosotros ayudarlos. Obviamente todo este contenido sube a redes sociales, darles un poquito de una plataforma, bring some exposure and light to the amazing entrepreneurs we have in the region. But what is the real reason of 1 Million Cups? And I always say the magic of 1 Million Cups actually happens after 1 Million Cups. That's when the real connections happen. This is when you guys get to work with each other. Today I don't have an activity, but next week I want to propose something to you guys. Next time you come here, I want you to bring with the problem or with the situation you're going within your business. And I want to make sure that we can all help as a group. So we'll talk about it, and I'll talk about it next week a little bit. So basically what we do here is bring connections, bring stories, and then everything all over a cup of coffee, pretty much. We're part of the Southwest region. Just so you know, this is a nationally recognized program. It's not like we just made it up or we just started. We actually adopted it from the Kauffman Foundation. 1 Million Cups, as there is this meeting happening this Wednesday in Brownsville, there's many happening around Brownsville as well. So far, we have 4,120. My goal for this year is to bring 6,000 cup of coffees. I think we're doing pretty good, if you ask me. Have I made my math? No. Let me be delusional. We'll get to that point at some point. But you might be asking yourself, this is just cup of coffees for me. This is 4,120 connections we made over the course of the couple years we've been running this. So I do want to say thank you guys so much for being here and for being part of this number and for being part of these metrics. So without further ado, I'll shut up. I'll bring the two speakers. Silence your phone. Be mindful of people's times. The presenters took their time to make the presentation. They're probably nervous. They haven't seen you guys. I know you guys are great, but they don't know that yet. So be kind, be nice. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to ask you guys to have some questions. Again, if the presentation sometimes is like, hey, that was a great presentation, I have no questions whatsoever. What about an advice? What about I've gone through something that you've gone through and I have a way that I surpass that? Or maybe just like, hey, your business is great. Sometimes that works, honestly. So without further ado, I want to present you guys to our first presenter. Her name is Talia Paz, and she's the owner of Little Minds. So let's give it up for Talia, please. Here you go.
Thank you.
You go this way.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Talia. I am a mom of 3 young children. They are now ages 3, 5, and 6. I am the wife to that handsome gentleman there supporting me. I am a neonatal nurse practitioner by profession, actually, and now I'm the owner of Little Minds. Little Minds is a business focused around sensory play, play-based learning, and early childhood development. We offer materials and experiences to support young children, but Little Minds did not start as a business idea at all. This picture here is actually how it began for me, by watching my own 3 little minds growing right in front of me. So I started by sharing some of these moments on social media, things like the way we played, our sensory play setups, our DIY crafts and activities, and just our everyday moments. I also homeschooled our kids for a year, and a lot of our learning was play-based, so I shared a lot of that journey on our social media as well. With this sharing, I started hearing from a lot of moms. They started reaching out, asking about the activities that we were doing, our crafts, wanting to try them with their own kids at home, and just feeling inspired by the way we played. I knew that what we were sharing mattered, and so I created a space. That's how Little Minds started. It was an Instagram account in which I shared simple play ideas for parents that were looking for the same thing for their children. Play that was simple, doable, and just developmentally supportive in a way. So I created this page, and that's when I realized, you know what, Little Minds can grow into something more to help support these families. So I got together actually with a friend and a local business coach, and she's the one who has helped me grow this idea into a business. So Little Minds looks different today. This is us now. We are now a brand that provides a collection, it's a growing collection still, of curated sensory play materials and play-based learning experiences designed specifically for young children. They are simple, approachable, and not overstimulating. And our materials are developmentally supportive, so they support young children with skills like fine motor skills, language development, early learning. I am very intentional about the materials that I choose to bring for Little Minds. I try to keep them simple, natural, and earth-derived, because I want children to be able to feel and explore materials that feel connected to the world that we live in. Our play-based experiences are mostly inspired by real-life things like animals, seasons, nature, life cycles, because again, I want children to feel curious to learn about the world that they are growing up in. En casa hablamos español, así que para mí también era muy importante que esta marca apoyara nuestro idioma, porque así también creo que podemos apoyar a muchas más familias bilingües como la nuestra. I also wanted to create experiences inspired by that play that we were doing at home, in which parents could just simply show up and not have to plan or prepare these. So that's where the idea for a sensory playdate came from. We recently hosted our very first sensory playdate at Crea Studio here in Brownsville, and it was very, very special watching families come together, take a moment to just slow down and play with their kids, a lot of them experiencing sensory play for the first time. Beyond our products and playful or play-based experiences, what matters to me most is to inspire and remind other families to just let childhood be childhood, to let our children explore the world using their hands, their senses, and just be led by their creativity. So our materials and our experiences are meant to spark that curiosity. So I made a quick video to kind of summarize that. And so Little Minds is still growing, and I am very proud and grateful for how organically it has evolved since we started. I am still in a phase of exploration. I'm still figuring out the different ways in which we can help and support other families through our products, our experiences, even collaborations. I'm in the early stages of collaborating with a local speech therapist for an upcoming event, and just learning how Little Minds can also help support children in that way too. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my story, and I hope it serves as inspiration for someone.
Okay, now we have time for questions, advice. Yes.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank
Second,
you.
I would love to know, did you do that logo? Who did that logo? That's an excellent
I worked with a friend. She's a business coach, and I took a whole course with her, and she got me in contact with a graphic designer. So this is actually a person from Mexico, but we've been working together. This designer actually, let me see if I can go back. She helped me design these cards as well. So it's someone that I continue working with and just developing the whole brand. But thank you.
I love what you do. I worked with kids. I ran an after school program, and then I was.
Oh, great, great.
We have
And
one question.
yeah, yeah. Hi, good morning. Nice to meet you, Maria.
It really resonates with me. I have a child on the spectrum, and I feel like this kind of play is so important to cater around because the generations, brothers and sisters, are so focused on social media
Correct.
and they like to play like we did when we were kids.
Yes.
So I would love to know more about your organization. And are you connected with schools and maybe groups of families on the spectrum that are looking for this specific?
I haven't yet. Yeah, like I said, I'm still figuring out where to help. Yes, but yes, I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't mention or talk too much about what sensory play is. Some people might know what it is, others don't. Sensory play is a type of play that it involves all the senses. So kids can touch, they can move, they listen, they use other senses to play. And so while they're doing that, that creates brain connections, and so it helps with their development. It's beneficial for them, and that's on top of all the other skills they develop, of course, with their hands. But as you mentioned right now, for some children, it can be emotional regulating. So another benefit of sensory play. But yes, I love that you mentioned how we used to play because again, that's kind of where I want to go with this. I want to just give kids the tools, right, and encouragement to just lead their play with their curiosity and just be like, kids, be kids.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Eric, and then, Nelson, then Eric.
Okay. How do you make money? First question.
So I sell these products. Right now I don't have a physical shop. Everything is based on an online shop, and that's kind of where my main focus is right now. And recently I offered this sensory play date, and so of course we charged an entrance fee and we provided the materials and everything for that. So we're still kind of going there. So it's mostly off of products that we sell, and we're just starting to kind of expand ourselves to these experiences in person.
Great. Second question, real quick. Maybe not a question. There's a place by Paredes called La Jugar.
Yes.
You know? Okay. I don't know if they're your competition or could be your collaborator.
I don't think I've seen a lot of indoor playgrounds, and but I haven't seen a lot of them like hosting sensory play activities. On our last play date, I did hear from a mom say that she had taken her baby to another place for a play date, but it was a bit different.
Yes.
The sensory experience was a bit different. So I'm not sure I've seen anyone bring this sort of stuff. They might. There is a place in Laguna Vista that I've been seeing them also. They're starting to have sensory play dates. I haven't been to one to see what it is. But yes, I wanted to just kind of bring materials that people can do at home, so people don't always feel obligated to, have to go somewhere for that experience. They can just buy the things. With one of our first product launches, I did design an activity manual, and it was bilingual, and that was a guide for parents so that when they bought that product, they knew how to use it at home with their kids, and it highlighted, skills developed and worked on so that they also know that what they're doing with their child is actually developmentally supportive. So we're kind of still trying to.
Felicidades. Muy bueno.
Muchas gracias. Gracias.
Congratulations. This is like, I love it because now you can actually scale this program or this product into a company-based service. Because now you can, like I was talking to you, now you can sell a kit every single month from the ages, whatever, from 3 to 5, 5 to 7, so forth, and have a special tool that you can actually get ROI back every single month. But honestly, that's going to be a great play because a lot of kids need that, and a lot of families actually do need that.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say great presentation. I love the concept But as what we do here, and our last question of each presentation is, how can we as a community, or what do you need from us to help you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur? How can we help?
I think at this point, since we're still growing, just awareness, just spreading it, just sharing, sharing this idea, sharing this page. I think there's a lot of people out there that might have heard of Sensory Play, but they just don't know that I exist, or they don't know that this page exists. Since right now I don't have a shop, everything is just based off our online shop. Most people don't even know about it. And so I think maybe just spreading, sharing with friends. If you have friends, family that have small children, and you think that this is something that they might like, just pretty much that, I think.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone.
Great discussion. Okay, guys, we have one more presenter for today. Actually, I reached out to them a couple months ago, and I'm happy that we were able to work out the date. So, without further ado, give it up for Waldo Trilla, please. There you go. And you go this way.
Which one is it? Oh, next.
Yeah,
All right.
you got it.
All right. Let's see. All right. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Million Cubs? Hey, put your cups up. Let's go. Good morning. All right. So, my name is Waldo Trilla, and I'm the creative director of Trilla Vision Media. Let me tell you a little bit about my business. I think it's skipped. It's a little jumbled up, but it's okay. So we're Trilla Vision Media. We are your partners in storytelling. And what we do is we help brands communicate their true message through their true audience, through strategy, collaboration, and marketing. We've been able to work with a lot of national brands and local brands. We've done stuff with IKEA. We did a workshop with them, UTRGV, AT&T, Pepsi, Sonic, Valley Baptist, eBridge as well. Yeah, I need to update this, so give me a chance. But yeah, we've been lucky to work with various business, national and locally. We do a lot of video production, graphic design, photography, anything related to media. And so our services are creative direction, video production, content creation, and podcasting. Really anything including media. So our process is pretty easy. It's finding your truth. So I like to think that everyone has a story to tell. And so I like to meet with every single client and take time to find out what their message is, what their story is, how they want to be perceived to the public, and really finding the best solutions on how to get their message across. My favorite part is, I like to say, my favorite part about my job is I get to meet a lot of dope people and make dope content and dope projects. So yeah, that's what we strive for, is trying to make content that's different, that makes people want to stop and actually watch it. And then also pushing the needle. I like to, always stay on top of trends, making sure, we're putting out what's next, not just follow the trend, but, put out what's next. Got to keep a couple of testimonials. We do workshops, so if you're interested in a workshop, we can set that up for sure. We've done it for businesses, for schools, and so that's actually something I'm looking to do more of. Get out there and, teach what I've known. I've been doing this for over 10 years in the creative field. My company's been around since 2022, and so we've just been growing every single year, and so, I'd like to be able to give back to the community. Yeah, and so that's pretty much it. I had a video in here somewhere, but it didn't pop up, but it's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
How did you get involved into having this design or this meeting?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I feel like when I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to own a business. I just wasn't sure on what. And really, the only thing that really interested me was like music at the time. And so I thought it was so awesome that you could watch a music video, and it kind of matched like what they were saying in the lyrics, and I was just always amazed by that. And so by the time I got to high school, there was like a program called like digital media design. So I took that, and that's what kind of sparked the idea for me, because before that I didn't even really know like that could be a job. I was just thinking like, oh, that's only in Hollywood or New York or something like that. And so when they showed that to me here locally, I was able to kind of see that, okay, maybe this is a possibility for me. And so I went to community college, TSCC in Harlingen, and they showed me the basics. And then from there, like I said, I always wanted to own a business, so I put it into my own hands to just start asking people, hey, do you need a video? Do you need something, a flyer or something? And then from there, it's just been a bunch of good networking and just growing from there.
Did you ever think when you were young you were going to be a movie star? Maybe that inspired you?
Nah, not really. I mean, I like rappers, so something like that. I thought that life was cool, so being able to do that, like, I do music videos as well. So I mean, I do some of that stuff, but for me, it's cool, like being able to bring that to businesses as well. Yeah, like that's one of my favorite things, making like your business look cool. Like letting people see that.
What kind of product or service do you sell? Do you sell like a package, like from what startup and all the way to, to the extreme?
Yeah, so we are a full service company, so we can handle all aspects of media and marketing. So anything from the ideation point of it, so creating your brand name, your logos, all those assets, to setting up your social media channels and managing them, also creating the content for it, so video, photo, graphic design. And so we're full service. Our main product is video production, and so we're able to produce, do the production, and do the post-production. So it's a turnkey service.
Where are you located at?
Right now, I'm located in Edinburgh, but we service the whole valley and outside of Texas, all over Texas, anywhere where we can make it work.
You don't have a QR code, right?
Nah, no QR code, but you can follow us at Trillavision. That's how you spell it.
Do you have any more questions? Yes, we have a question here and then one over there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. From your character, your appearance, and your video, it sounds freedom. I don't care what they think. I don't care what they. It just. Can you express freedom in your concept?
I think freedom is just like, I mean, that's, I feel like, yeah, like, you can't really care too much what other people think, right? That's just gonna limit, yourself, like what you think you can do. I mean, really, I like to tell people, I mean, I like to be humble and stuff, but like, it's like, if I would have listened to certain people in my life, like, I would not be here, Like, I had to listen to myself, like, keep going. This is the right decision, even through doubt. So, and then just being free, part of the job is like, I get to be, different places every day of the week, meet new people, learn about new businesses, or be at different events, or, just being able to tell different people's stories. So, I think that's free to me, and that's one of my favorite parts about the job.
One more question. How do you connect freedom with responsibility?
Well, I feel like you can't have freedom without responsibility, right? Because, if it's all fun and games and, you don't handle your business, well, then you ain't going to have too much fun after that. Reality's going to set in. So, there definitely has to be balance there.
How do you do it? How do you handle it?
That's a good question. I need to ask myself that. No, but it's, it's a lot of hard work, but at the same time, you get a lot out of it. So, that's how I see it.
We have one more question over there, then Jack, and then you, okay?
What are your business goals? What do you see y'all in 5 years and 10 years from now?
I actually haven't really thought about that. You know, I've just been in constant go mode these years, so I wouldn't say it's like a problem for me, but it's like a time of like reflection at this point. Like I'm glad I'm able to do that. You know, kind of um, start focusing on the business instead of just being focused in the business, and you know, working those kind of things out. But yeah, I mean, for now, like it's just been, you know, these last couple of years, it's just been go 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 go. You know, so. But I mean, luckily we've been growing every single year, so you know that's the good part.
Do you have any problems growing a business? Do you have like a bottleneck where maybe you're stuck in any part of the business by any chance?
Bottleneck. I mean, maybe with like editing, but I feel like that's every media company deals with that. But I'm very grateful. We've been super busy. We stay busy. Like we'll have. I mean, last week alone we had 12 shoots, and you know within the week. So, you know we've been plenty busy.
Last question, I'm sorry. Do you use AI? And I know it's kind of, in the creative world, it's probably not the best thing to hear the word AI, right? I would imagine, but do you embrace it, or do you guys discuss it at all and being able to work that into your workflow by any chance?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I like to think. Um, don't be fearful of AI. You know, you gotta embrace it somehow in how it can work for you. And we do actually use it quite a bit. Not too much, right? But I mean, even like from basic things that'll help me, you know, make a checklist, maybe reword an email, or you know, just simple things like that. But even in the post-production process, you know, uh, I like to use the audio enhancing capabilities, you know, because that used to take a lot of time. You gotta put the audio file in there and actually listen to it and separate channels and take the noise out and try to fix clicks and pops and all that. And now you just drop the file in, give it about, you know, probably less than a minute, and you have something that sounds almost mixed and mastered, you know, and so you save a lot of time on that, as well as even for photography, retouching used to take a long time, and now you can just drop the photo in, and you could do the first one how you like it, and then just automate the rest. So that saves up so much time, and I mean it's still your touch on it. You're still putting your touch on it, and so it's like AI always has to have, well, at least for the arts, like it's always gonna have to need a human touch to it, no matter what. So I figure, you know, let's embrace it now and, you know, get ahead of the curve and see where the future goes.
Yeah, so you've been in media about 10 years, and 4 or 5 years ago you went off on your own. What was your last gig in employment, and then what made you want to go off on your own? What was that process like?
Okay, that's a good question. So I started off actually working at a non-related media company. I actually got laid off, and so I thought that was so lame. I was like, I didn't even get fired. Like I didn't even do nothing to get fired. Like they were basically like just like, hey, we kind of ran out of money. Like we're gonna have to let you go. And so I was like, I don't want to be in that position again. So I bought a camera with the unemployment. I ain't even gonna lie, you know. So I started asking people, you know, do you need a video? Do you need something for photography? And from there, I was doing freelance for about maybe 2-3 years. And then I had a friend reach out, and he told me, hey, I'm at this marketing agency. They're looking for a videographer. Would you want to join? And I didn't really want to do it, but I was like, hey, you know what? Let me embrace something new. Let me try it out. And so I was there a couple years, and I feel like that was my college, you know, because I learned how the business works, how much people are like willing to pay, and you know, the clients on my face, and you know, I got my reps in, and then you know, at a certain point, it's like, well, for me anyways, you see somebody doing something a certain way, and you might not agree with that. I feel like, oh, I could, do it better, service the clients better. And, at some point I didn't feel right with what we were doing there. So, I took the step to while I was there, work on my own brand. So, with my paychecks, I set aside some money. I start, let me get my logo design. Let me get my website. Let me get my business cards, my polos, like, all that stuff, equipment. And then I just waited for the right time to exit. And I believe, like, the next day or two, like, we were already working on another project. And so that's kind of how I played it. Appreciate you.
One more question that way.
How do I handle them? I don't, nah. But no, really, I'm actually dealing with something like that right now, which is kind of crazy, right? Like, but anyways, it's I mean, I don't really think about that. I don't even really think about competition. Like, I just gotta I just focus on myself and my clients, and if they're happy, then they're gonna stay with me. And I mean, I've had clients that are still with me like since I started, and I think that says a lot. And other people can say whatever they want or whatever. I'm not competing. I'm here to do what I do, and I just have that confidence that they can't do what I do, and so that's just how I deal with it. Yeah, you know the vibe.
Awesome. So then, I'll say the last question. Like I said, and this is what we do. How can we help? What can we do for you? How can we assist in whatever aspect or things you're going through right now? How can we help you?
I mean, I always like word of mouth. So if you feel like there's anybody, a business, a person, organization, nonprofit, anything that you feel like they deserve to have their story told, I can definitely do that. I mean, that's what I do it for. For people that may not be able to get their message across or may not know how, I can help them with that, and that's what I take pride in.
Gotcha. I do have one, if you can give me something, because a lot of the times I hear you guys, and I think like every time there's a presentation, one thing that always comes in common is like, I have such a hard time with marketing. And I think nowadays it's something so, it's such a broad spectrum of things that people are just like, I don't know which one to grasp on. So you, an expert on the matter, could you give me like 3 tips for someone who's like under business, trying to start in marketing, maybe more user friendly? What would you do if you got to start again?
Okay. I might not be able to hit the 3 steps, but I'll tell you this. I would say don't be scared. Everyone has a media device in their pocket. Just grab your phone, film something, and upload it. Social media's free, Instagram's free, Facebook's free. Grab your phone. Just tell people, hey, I have a business. This is my products. It doesn't have to look. You don't have to hire people like me. You don't have to hire a marketing agency. When you're starting out, just try your best to get your message across. You can take photos with your phone, take videos with your phone. Just let people know and be consistent with it as well. Just because you make a post doesn't mean that everyone's gonna see it. And if they don't see it Monday, they might see it Wednesday. They might see it Friday. But you just gotta keep telling your story and putting it out there. And I would say that's probably like the easiest way to get started with marketing. Even myself, I have that issue. It's like I'm sitting on a bunch of content and it's like I don't post it because I'm so busy, but it's like, it's that simple. You just, it's in your pocket. Get your phone, post something, just post something.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Let's give it up to him, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for Ed. Thank you for sponsoring a coffee today. I appreciate it. Let's come on, guys. If you had a coffee, it comes from his pocket today. So thank you so much. We're always looking for coffee partners. If anyone believes in this community and wants to help and say, hey, I can spare the coffee for next time, please come to me. Another thing I want to tell you guys, something very exciting is coming the last week of April. I mean, a lot of you guys known about eBridge because of RGB Startup Week. If you don't, actually, this is a startup week that is designed for the Valley, made by the Valley. Rudy, you want to tell us a little bit about RGB Startup Week? I'm going to bring our partner from BCIC, Rudy. Let's give it up to him.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rudy Hinojosa, marketing specialist with BCIC, and we are putting the finishing touches on this year's RGB Startup Week. If you've come to RGB Startup Week, I basically need to tell you nothing. You know the entire vibe. If you don't know what this is, it's a week-long, we call it a celebration, a festival. It's not quite a conference, that's a little stiff. It's full of panels, workshops, mixers, networking events, evening, kind of like more mixers, I'm trying to say. Most of it takes place here at eBridge. This is going to be home base. And just like the two past years, we're going to have satellite cities and satellite events. And then I believe Friday, we're finalizing, but how does Friday hurt Texas? Is this hurt Texas? Oh, okay, so it might not be
We're
hurt
gonna have a
Texas.
really good Friday, guys. So
All right.
everything else, like you mentioned, Everett will be the center of everything, but we are planning with a lot of the cities from the valley to kind of have something going on. So it's not just a festival happening just here in Brownsville; it's happening all throughout the RGB, and it's catered for our community, curated. All the content it's doing is for you guys to have a takeaway from it. So we're really strategic. It's gonna be a great time. You're gonna be able to connect with a lot of entrepreneurs, and it's just overall another thing that we mentioned is this is completely free. It's completely free for the community.
Yeah. So, like Daniel said, it's completely free. Brownsville's a home base. And I also want to touch on two more things. If you'd like a sponsorship packet, we're still looking for sponsors. Either come talk to me or you could email one of us. Our cards are all in the lobby, BCIC and UCC. Once again, I'm Rudy Hinojosa. My cards are in the lobby. Other than that, we have literally received international recognition for these events, and I couldn't be more excited to be heading into this third one. You are actually what make it successful, and you are the reason that we're continuing to do it every year and only expanding our plans. So I guess on that note, I thank you, and I hope to see you at RGB Startup Week at the end of April. I can take a question. I see there's a question. Speakers, come talk to me after. Come talk to me after. Hey, okay, he's repping. All right, we'd love to see that. Any other questions? All right, if you think of something, I'm gonna be around here for a little bit before I head upstairs. So just hit me up.
Let's give it up for everybody. Come on, guys. Okay, well, I don't have a refill your cup for you guys today. I do have a homework one. I hope I get to see all of you guys next Sunday. As you say, Valentine's is coming up. And I like that in Mexico we call it Día del Amor y la Amistad. Trust me, es de la amistad. So I have a really good, a really exciting activity for you guys next week, actually. We have amazing speakers. You guys will see it as we post them. But I really want you guys to give us a chance. Come in next week. It's going to be fun. And I don't have a lot to say. Please, I would advise you guys to kind of get together on your table, get to meet everyone around you, and like everyone say, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. And if there's anything we can do for you, let us know. Thank you guys. Have a great Wednesday.